All right, y'all. Today, I want to talk about the current Bitcoin price action. I want to talk about the trades I am currently in, as well as the levels I'm looking to hit in the coming day, over the weekend, and even next week, because Bitcoin is at a very critical area right now where it's really a make it or break it moment for Bitcoin, whether we're going to see more upward movement or if we're going to see more downward movement. So if we come to the 4 hour time frame, and by the way, guys, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because we do give pretty much daily TA updates here, telling you about levels that I'm currently looking for trades, and a lot of times those levels are respected. So if you're into that, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's take a look here. Well, we had been trading in, which is no secret, this kind of channel right here, where Bitcoin was very much so respecting the tops and the bottoms of this kind of falling wedge thing that we have going on here. And, because of this, I was able to catch a long right down here, and currently also am in a long right down here from this bounce. In fact, if we come to the Discord here this morning, about 3 hours ago, I was looking for a bounce right off of this 0.65 fib level. Right off this 0.65 fib level at about 31,489 and 50 cents. And we came down to there. Well, okay, so first of all, I was looking for a bounce off the 0.65 level. My first take profit was 31893. Okay, 31893. And let's take a look here and see if we can see anything. If we do take our fib and we pull it from, let's see, which fib is that? They call me Jason. Where did I pull that fib from, Casper? So I'm pulling my fib from this swing low right all the way down here to this swing high all the way up here. And we've got, look at this, the 0.65 level coming in. We get a bounce perfectly off of that 0.65 level with the trend line, confluence right there. Boom. Absolutely amazing. And my first take profit that I was looking for was 31893. The reason I was looking for my first take profit at 31893 is because that was actually another fib level. That was the 786 fib support level that was acting as a support on the way down. And so I figured we would retrace to there. And it's so interesting to see that when we got that initial bounce, if we put on that fib, look at where we come up to right away. We literally come right up to, I was looking for our first take profit at 31893, and we come up and we hit 31894. So these fib levels, guys, are super accurate. I'm currently in this long right now. I'm still actually holding my short because that's how I trade. I like to hold shorts and longs at the same time, which allows you to lock in profits and all this. There were obviously more confluences here, but yeah, we got two really nice longs in the past week, right? We got this long from this morning, and then we got this long from the previous day before, where we came down, hit the trend line, the 618 right here, and yeah, that was a super nice when we were coming down here. So how are we going to find those entries, guys? I go over this quite often, but if you want to learn how to do TA, if you want to learn how to find these good entries, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader, where we go through all the TA you need to know. We go through how to use Market Cipher. Market Cipher is the leading trading indicator out there. It shows you literally money coming into and leaving the asset so that you can tell when price is coming to a level, if we're going to get a bounce off of it or a rejection. We go over how to create a strategy, and more importantly, we go over risk management so that even if you're not the best trader, you can still lose 6, 7 out of 10 trades and be profitable over time by just practicing good risk management. Check it out. There's a discount in the description of this video. And so you can see we are getting our bounce from here. So I want to talk about, first of all, how are we going to find these bounces? Well, I have an order of operations, guys. I have an order of operations that I use to find these bounces. And really, what we need to do is the first thing, especially if price is trading in these sideways markets, y'all. Because if price is trading sideways like this, where people would look at this on the daily and say, man, it's just too choppy to trade, just too choppy. it's not too choppy if we break it down, do some TA, and use Market Cipher. So the first thing we need to do is mark our charts with important levels of support and resistance. Now, you guys know I have many levels on my chart, right? Many levels on my chart. Many levels on my chart, okay? Many levels on the chart. These are all the levels that I have on my chart at any given time. Okay, you need to learn how to mark these levels and understand which ones are most likely to give you a big bounce, a big rejection. And again, if you don't know how to do this, check out the course or any course, guys. It doesn't have to be my course, but if you're new to trading and you're struggling, learn how to do this because this will help you immensely, just knowing even some basic technical analysis. So the first thing we need to do is we need to wait for price to come to one of our levels, right? It has to come to a level of support or resistance. And once it comes to a level, that's where we pull out our good old Market Cipher. And Market Cipher will tell us if that level is going to give us a reaction or not, right? So what are we looking for? First, we want to go when we see we're coming to one of our levels, right? So let's take a look here. We came to one of our levels, which was, of course, this trend line and this 6.65 Fibonacci retracement level. And as we're coming to this area, what are we going to be looking for in Market Cipher? Well, first, we're going to look at the higher time frames, the 4-hour, the 2-hour, and the 1-hour, and we're going to determine what direction is price looking like it wants to go. If we go to the 4-hour, we see something very significant on the 4-hour time frame. We see a bullish divergence forming on the 4-hour time frame, okay? Bullish divergence forming on the 4-hour time frame. This is immensely important. What this means is that price is making a lower low. The definition of a bullish divergence is price is making a lower low following this trend line. Momentum is making a higher low, okay? So the 4-hour is telling us momentum's coming up. We come to the 2-hour. What do we see on the 2-hour? We see a massive bullish divergence forming on the 2-hour. We come to the 1-hour. What do we see? Bullish divergence on the 1-hour, okay? However slight it is, it's still a bullish divergence on the 1-hour. Now, people ask, hey, Jason, but the divergence was forming while price was still up here, right? How did you know to enter down here and not, let's say, up here, right? You enter on a different level. Something we need to keep in mind, guys, that we need to determine for ourselves which levels are going to have the best reaction. And that takes time, that takes practice, and it takes knowing a few other things, right? If we're going to be analyzing this chunk of price action, right, just by looking at this last low right here, we know for sure, first of all, that if we're going to get a bounce, we would be looking for this trend line, first of all. Secondly, we know that when we bounced out of the golden pocket here, we never even came down to the 0.65, right? We didn't. Instead, what we did was we came down to a daily level and bounced off the daily level. Right now, that means two things. It means, one, there's a lot of liquidity down here that can be grabbed before we get a bounce, right? Because there was buying and selling happening here, and there's people who are long from here. And so, there's liquidity down there that can be grabbed by whales coming down to this wick and then pushing the price back up. Then the second thing is this 0.65 is also a very reactive level that we never actually came down to. So when you see confluence right here, a fib level on a trend line, that's a very important level. You can say to yourself, I might just want to sit out of the markets until we get to a very important level. The second thing, guys, is the chickens drinking water, right? Sometimes it can be confusing whether or not the chickens are drinking water. But when we come down to a level with confluence and you see in the matter of 1 minute a massive, let's see, this candle was a 1.5% move, right? You start to see a massive pump to the upside. You can tell, okay, this potentially is going to be a legit move to the upside for me to scalp, right? So you see in this 1 minute, we come down, we get a wick, the second candle, blue candle, you can enter here. And the thing is, you have to know in advance what levels you're looking at, right? Like for me, I was already looking in advance for this level. No, sorry, that's not the trade I was looking at. This is the trade right here from this morning. This is the level I was looking to enter right here, the 0.65 right here, about 31,489 was the level I was looking to touch. We came down to 31,421, okay? So maybe like $20 lower. We dipped below it. We came above. We enter. we hit our first take profit. You have to have a plan going into this. You can't just be approaching the charts with no plan. You have to have a plan in advance. And so once we know price is coming to a level, once we determine that the higher time frames are showing us bullish upward momentum, then we look at the lower time frames. And if the lower time frames are giving us bullish momentum, that's where we can actually enter the trade as well. So we can see here, like on the 6 minute, as we are coming down to that level, the 6 minute is giving us a bullish divergence, right? Price is making higher lows, momentum is making higher lows, price is making lower lows. I mean, when you see something like this coming down to a fib level and a trend line, you know, this is how you know it. You know, for me, I'm willing to take the risk on that trade, because any trade you enter is going to be a risk. And if you're using good risk management, it will be easy to not acquire massive losses, right? Because of course I lose trades all the time. People who are in my Discord know a lot of trades I post get stopped out, right? Some of the trades I post do get stopped out. And so if you're using good risk management, your losses won't outweigh your gains. And now, of course, we've hit our first take profit. We can lock in profit. So what do we think? What do I think is going to happen with Bitcoin over the next 2 days into the weekend? I think we're at a very important time right here, because we are trading in this channel, you could call it. You could call this thing a channel. And if we are to lose this channel, I think that is very significant, because not only have we been trading in this descending channel here, we also have some very important levels of support under us, which if lost, I think we will see Bitcoin going back into the 20,000s. This blue box of support right here, we can see this is definitely acting as the floor. This is acting as the floor of you know, this kind of sideways range that we've been trading in. If we can look at what's happening right now in a few different ways. We can look at this as a sideways range in between the high up here of like 42K and the low down here of 30K. And then we can look at this also as a falling wedge. We can look at this also as a falling wedge, where Bitcoin is trading in this falling wedge pattern. So, you know, if we are to lose, here, hang on, let me turn off this this trend line right here. Whoa. Sorry, y'all. So if we are to lose the bottom of the channel that we're trading in, which is right here, you can see that our next area of support is going to be down here in this blue box. And so if we lose this blue box, then it's very possible that we come down to the bottom of this other descending wedge, falling wedge, and that's going to take us into the 20,000s, right? That's going to take us into the 20,000s, potentially even down to 27.7. So right now, I think if we want to see more direction upward, it's very important that we stay in this channel right here and come back up at least to the high of the channel. We can also see right now the 21 EMA on the daily time frame is pretty much giving us very strong confluence with the top of this channel. So if we're going to see more upward movement, then I expect us to see like 33.7-ish around there to the top of the channel. But it does concern me a little bit that, you know, we came down to the bottom, we got a little bounce, we came back to the bottom again. If we look at Market Cipher B, right now, things are a little bit unclear, right? On the 12-hour, it looks like things are coming down. Money flow is getting thicker in the red. The VWAP is clearly pointing down. If we come to the 4-hour, the only thing that gives me hope right now, guys, is the fact that we are potentially forming a bullish divergence on the 4-hour right here. Okay, this is kind of giving me hope right now. However, this is unconfirmed. It's possible that Bitcoin comes down and we print a lower wave here. And if that happens, then I really do expect us to come down to some of these lower supports, right? First, we got the 30K support, right? If we turn on some of our levels here, you know, this is a big support right here at 30.3K. And if we lose that, you know, the next big daily level is around 26K, give or take. And of course, we've got this, the bottom of this channel as well. So those are just areas to keep an eye on. If you know what levels price is going to find support or resistance, then it becomes much easier to look for trades, longs or shorts, because, you know, you're already expecting some kind of reaction there. So if you see Market Cipher giving you confirmations on those areas, then you're like, okay, I'm willing to take the risk on the trade because Market Cipher is telling me which way price is going to go. I trust Market Cipher. It ain't never let me down before. And that's true. Market Cipher does give some very clear signals. And in this downtrend, I mean, the shorts have just been phenomenal, right? This short right here, higher high, lower high, boom, we drop, right? This short right here on the 1 hour, we had a bearish divergence right here, boom, we drop. Of course, I missed that one because it was the weekend. But even right here yesterday, this short was a short that I took. That was a short that I took, and it's actually, I still have it open. I still have it open, and it was because Market Cipher, if we go to the 24-minute time frame, what happened? Well, we got as the 1 hour was printing the red dot, we were getting massive bearish divergence on the 24-minute time frame where we saw momentum coming down, and we even saw on the lower time frames like the 12-minute, we saw money flow coming down, right? Money flow coming down as price was coming up. So, and also that was a fib level too. That was a fib level. If we pull our good old Fibonacci from this high to this low, that's actually how I got into the trade. I was hoping to get up a little bit higher, but then I saw these things happening on the 0.5 fib level, right? Where we see that we're coming up right to the 0.5 fib level with this bearish divergence. I thought it was going to be a scalp, guys. I thought it was going to be a little scalp. So I took most of the trade out. I took 60% of this thing out, moved the stop loss into profit, went to sleep, woke up. It was a very nice move. So it's just because you have the levels marked and you're using Market Cipher. So really on the daily time frame, right here, what I'm looking for right now is this channel. This channel is going to be the make it or break it for me. Perhaps we could break up from the channel, and if we do, what if this is a bull flag? Who knows? It could be, right? That would put us back to the high of this parallel channel, right back up to this daily level, kind of up here around 40.5K. But if we break down from here, if we do break down from here, then I am expecting us to see Bitcoin coming back down into the 20,000s. And it's also important to keep in mind that we're consolidating also in this falling wedge too, which could break up, right? We could come back down to the bottom of this trend line right here, which gives us some good confluence at the January 4th low, right around 27.7, and we could break up from there. And if we do, right, then let's say that happens right here, that would also put us back to the top of the range around 40.5. So it's not over. It's not over until we're out of this descending wedge here, and then if we come back down below 27, it's only a matter of time before we're at 22, and then sub 20. But what I do is I just take the trades as they come. I'm looking for levels of support and resistance, and then I'm taking trades based on Market Cipher and the signals that it's giving me, right? So I just wanted to do this quick update, guys. A few things, if you are interested in the course, there is a discount in the description of this video. If you do not have Market Cipher and you would like Market Cipher, there's a 10% discount in the description. If you'd like to sign up for an account on Bybit, another account, so that you can long and short at the same time, it would help me out if you use my affiliate link. And I think that's it, guys. Oh, also, if you would like to join the Discord where I do post some of my trade setups, where we do daily technical analysis updates, talking about things as they're happening, where we have a community of traders in here giving their TA and stuff like that, like this, right? Quality technical analysis content. You can do that by becoming a Patreon, patreon.com/Jason Casper. All right, guys, God bless all of you. I pray that all of you are well, and I will see all y'all in the next video. Peace.